side of new Ahmadis, that is those who got initiated into Ahmadiyya this year, then I'll permit others as well to come and ask any question if they so wish. And that I will begin with, yes, of course, this child, Dr. Mujib's son. What is your name, please?
Bashir.
Bashir Haq or Bashir Deen?
Bashir Haq.
Bashir Haq, right. Yes, please.
I've read in lots of books that none of the prophets of Allah committed sin, but I've also read that Hadhrat Adam committed sin as well. But
you see, this question of sin should be understood in the terms of relativity. Some things are sin in the sight of man by ordinary standards. Some things are sins in the sight of Allah by the standard which Allah expects from people, from among His chosen servants. So, those things which are called sin, with respect to this elite class, the chosen servants of Allah, in ordinary life cannot be termed as sins. The small mishaps here and there, shortcomings we refer to, by the word shortcoming we refer to those which are called sins when you apply them to the higher echelon of society. So the word sin should be understood in this wider perspective. So when we say the prophets of Allah are sinless, by that we mean that area of sin which is clearly laid down in the Quran as sin, by all standards they should be considered sin. They never commit such sins. Their sins belong to an area of shaded area of ambiguity, where they could have decided, like Mutashabihat I mentioned earlier, they could have decided on this course or that course, but by mistake they decided on the wrong course, not with a will to commit sin, but this was a human shortcoming. So that is why they are also expected to do istighfar, that is, seek forgiveness of Allah. In case of Adam, the Holy Quran is very clear on this. It says Adam committed sin, but وَلَّمْ نَجِدْ لَهُ عَزْمًا, we never found in him a will to commit sin. So that is always once and for all. To commit a sin willfully is in fact the real sin. But to commit a sin without a will, without determination to do, by mistake sometimes it happens, that is a different category of sin. You understand? So these mistakes may occur here and there, but they are pardonable because they don't belong to the serious category of sin. Still the person will remain sinless. Again, sinlessness can be created with forgiveness. If you are constantly seeking forgiveness of Allah, whatever mistake you have committed is totally washed out, and you become as if you are a newborn baby. So that also applies to the maximum to the prophets, all prophets of Allah. Right?
okay.
But you are an intelligent boy, mashallah, you thought of this, you are very clever. Yes, please, come.
Assalamualaikum.
One sound, introduction please.
My name is Zahid Nepal. I'm originally from Mauritius.
Huh?
Originally from Mauritius.
Mauritius, yes.
I've been living in England for nearly 4 years now.
Right.
And I'm living in London basically.
Have you got initiated into Ahmadiyya this year?
I was born Ahmadi.
Right. Good.
Huzur,
Where have you been hiding yourself ever since?
Huzur, I'm a nurse. I have to introduce myself. I'm a nurse and I've been trained at Lewisham and Guy's Hospital.
Right.
My question is in connection with a great dilemma the West is facing. I got a friend. He wasn't Muslim. Then he became Muslim, and then I was trying to do tabligh with him, and then one day he confessed to me, and he told me about his sexuality. He's gay. He's homosexual, and he asked me for help. So I didn't know how to help him, and I'd really like Huzur to throw some light on it. And how can we help them, the gays, like the homosexual?
How can you help them?
Yeah, how
Don't
can
help
we?
them. Please.
No, what I'm saying is how.
You can admonish them, you can advise them, you can tell them, you can remind them of Gomorrah and what the second Sodom, and tell them after this what doubts can you entertain, what right have you got to entertain any doubts. That is all that you can do about it. Thank you. Yes, please.
मेरा नाम चौधरी बिशारत अहमद है। I read in one of the Prophet Muhammad book,
Yes.
and it was regarding miracle of the Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that the trees traveled to him. Trees traveled to him. Drakhat,
I understand. Yes, yes.
could you kindly throw light on it?
And the tree did not travel towards him. Where is it mentioned that the trees travel towards him?
Well, this is how I understood. It is, I think, in Kitab al-Bani.
No. It is said about the stump of an old tree on which Rasulullah used to rest his hand while delivering sermon. The Sahaba removed the pulpit from there to some distance from the tree. And Rasulullah while addressing stopped and told to move the stage of pulpit back to the original position and put his hand over the tree. And he said that while addressing, I could hear moaning from the tree. But he was missing that hand, and that was a vision of Allah. That was a vision of Allah which also speaks of deeper, profound realities of which the Holy Quran also speaks in another verse, which says that all things which have been created praise Allah. But you have no way to find out how they do it. You don't understand. So that means the level of consciousness sinks deeper and deeper as we begin to travel backwards from human life. And those animals whom we think cannot pray, have no consciousness of that nature, they also possess something of that nature. And that is something which we should understand even through the exercise of common sense. If God has provided every living being with the knowledge that the living being requires for their own survival, if they have always been well programmed, even the fly knows how to live and how to survive, even the ant, even the amoeba knows what to do, even the bacteria have got the inbred method to attach certain cells and become parasites on these things. They target the cells absolutely rightly. They know which cells to go to. So if all of these things have been inbred into them,